Hi IT lovers of my classes, welcome to web editing in VS Code via Bash Terminal and Linux practice in the browser and also a little bit on my cell phone too. Remember my 6 months old laptop just crashed last week after I installed a newly paid antivirus called Norton. And now after experiencing 6 days without laptop at all, which is really tough nowadays, it came back to life a little bit after I published this video of what happened. Some people prayed for me. I know that, I can feel that, because 6 days after that, this computer, which is actually new, came back to life a little bit. Well, some apps still don't function, like my SQL, or I can't do simple things like downloading or uploading my files for backup in OneDrive, in spite of monthly payments to OneDrive too, and also to this Norton newly. And I still can't edit HTML in VS Code, which is really ridiculous, etc. Well, as I said last week, I paid for a new rental laptop, which was supposed to be delivered on the 7th of this month in my building. As this Swiss company told me, they promised me that the laptop will land here because it's a rented one. I cannot go pick it up somewhere at the post, and I don't have a bike to put it on it. And what happened if it falls down or something? I didn't want no problem, so we had a 30 minutes long interview with a professional from this company, and they accepted to grant me the renting of this laptop and to bring it in the building, and the postman would just give me something, paper to sign that I received it. I never received the laptop in my building. And I told them, look, if I don't get the laptop, then I need a refund. And they didn't care about what I said. They just said that, okay, we're gonna we're gonna cancel the contract. Like I'm not going to be able to rent it anymore. But they didn't tell me about the refund. So I will have yet again to to fight for a refund, I guess. I mean, it's not a lot, it's $30 per month, but I'm not going to just let them, play games like that. Well, it looks like this Swiss company is not serious at all. And well, I will have to find another solution in Yeshua's name, who sees and knows everything. Amen. So far, we have, let us come back to, our IT practice in spite of whatever. So far, we have already practiced the Fibo sequence, string variable, numeric variable, dictionary alone, and in a function, if statement. Remember in my jewelry online biz shipping cost as example. We practiced also the happy birthday, the logical operators, and the simple flower of life and golden ratio drawings. I hope to remember that. We could also see the difference between list set, frozen set, and tuples, and also the difference between if else, if else, and if else return. And then we also coded an example of if else return in a project called BMR, basal metabolic rate calculator, you remember, for men and women. And we also saw how to raise value error, in that project. Last week, remember, I had to code only via my cell phone and through pictures and speech. And I could show you some examples of basic tables, in Python, multiplication, sum, division, difference. We saw also how to calculate square and cube. We could see some conversion tables, feet in centimeter, and pounds in kilos, vice versa. And we could also see some examples of for and while loops, the difference between for and while loops. And I also shared the discovery of this app called Termux, where we can type some Linux commands, on our cell phones. And I'm going to keep it up with this one too. Now, thank God I will give you an easy German and English and French translation of what we are going to do today. Let's do it. All right, first of all, we will code how to import math, import random and random choice. Then we will import an external text file in Python. And then we will create a new file, and we will insert new content in our new created file, and also in the one we imported. We will do all that via Bash terminal in VS Code, because there I can practice Python and JavaScript. And then, well, right after that, we will practice Linux a little further, working on our directories, subdirectories, and different files with, more commands like copy, renaming, move, sort, etc. in the browser with this website called bellyard.org. And also, as I said, a little bit on my cell phone in Termux, because some Linux commands just don't work in the website, but on the Termux in the cell phone. I hope you get it. All right, now let me say the same thing now in German. In Python werden wir heute via Bash-Terminal in VS Code etwas mal anders coden. Wir werden zum Beispiel Import-Mathematik, Import-Random Choice üben, und dann werden wir nochmals Import, aber dieses Mal externe Textdatei in Python. Und dann werden wir auch neue Textdatei erstellen in Python, neue Inhalte in Textdatei einfügen in Python. Gleich danach werden wir Linux weiter üben, an unseren Verzeichnissen, Unterverzeichnissen und verschiedenen Dateien arbeiten und mit mehr Befehlen, und dann mit mehr Befehlen wie umbenennen beim Kopieren, Verschieben, Sortieren und so weiter. Im Browser mit der Website namens bellyard.org und auch auf meinem Handy mit Termux, da einige Linux-Befehle auf der Webseite einfach nicht funktionieren. All right, now let me say the same thing in French. Eh bien, comme je l'ai dit en anglais, voilà, mon laptop est sorti du coma après 6 jours, mais comme j'appréhendais qu'il tombe de nouveau en panne, j'avais donc trouvé un ordi portable à louer qui devait être livré le 7 de ce mois-ci, mais l'entreprise n'est pas sérieuse. Ils avaient promis de livrer le paquet dans mon immeuble, mais ils ne l'ont pas fait. Ils m'ont sorti un autre sketch, quoi. Ils m'ont parlé chinois, donc je dois demander un remboursement. C'est fatigant et il faut que je cherche une autre solution à nouveau. Mais Dieu est grand, donc aujourd'hui on peut pratiquer sur ce laptop qui s'est réveillé à temps. Amen. Et en plus, c'est pas facile de passer l'hiver sans ordinateur à la maison, hein, donc tout le monde en a besoin, donc voilà. Je trouverai une autre solution pour que voilà, ça n'arrive plus. Mais en attendant, c'est revenu à vie, quoi, donc on va continuer comme ça. Aujourd'hui, nous allons donc coder Imp.Math, je le dis en anglais ça, parce que je fais tout en anglais, c'est plus facile pour moi. Ensuite, on va faire import random, on va faire random choice sur VS Code via Bash terminal, hein, parce que bon, VS Code aussi, il y a des petits soucis, mais pas partout. En tout cas, dans Bash, ça va. Ensuite, nous verrons comment importer un fichier existant, un texte dans Python. On verra aussi comment créer un nouveau fichier texte et comment insérer du nouveau contenu dans ce fichier dans Python. Juste après cela, nous avancerons avec Linux, qu'on a commencé la semaine dernière en travaillant sur nos répertoires, les sous-répertoires et différents fichiers et on va exécuter plus de commandes comme copier en renommant, déplacer, trier, etc. Dans le navigateur avec le site web, j'en ai trouvé un pour Linux qui s'appelle bayard.org. Et aussi sur mon portable, on va continuer avec Termux parce qu'il y a certaines commandes de Linux qui ne fonctionnent tout simplement pas dans le site, mais sur le téléphone. Voilà ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui. All right, let's start right now. I have prepared a file called next tutorial.py. As you can see here, I have a little title and first name, last name of some friend, and a little definition just for the greetings. Now let me comment all this, and so we can start our Imp.Math. So I'm just gonna do it like this to get the whole range with Control Alt and the arrow down. I'm gonna keep the last. Let me do it just like this. Et voila. Now we have commented everything here, so we can start. Okay, let's do it right here, line 20. I changed the theme. This one is brownish. I hope you can still see right. Okay, the first one is going to be called the import, as I said, and it's going to be import math, just like this. And to begin with, we're going to do a simple math pi. This one is known by everyone. Okay, math.py, and we're going to just print it just to see how it works. Print math.py. All right, and now as I said, we have to do it via bash. So I have to take the name of my file, Control C, and then come down here in the bash terminal, as you can see right here, and just stick it down here and enter. And here we have the result. I hope you can see right, 3, 14, 15, blah, blah, blah. This is the pi. All right, let's move on. Now let's print, for instance, the cos of pi, the cosine of pi value. So it's going to be the same print, and then we're going to math.cos here, and then we're going to math.py, math, like this. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to see that down here, and we have, as you can see, the pi which got printed again, and here is the cosine of pi, which is minus 1.0. All right. Okay, now let's make a concrete example with, for instance, x equal minus, let's put a 9.8, just like this. X equal 9 minus 9.8, which is a negative number. Let's print first the absolute of this value. So print. So we're gonna see what it does. Okay, right now let's print also the exponent of this value, and also the maximum and the minimum. All right, so let's print first the exponent we said. So we need math.e. All right, so I have put a little comment. Print math.e is for exponent, and then we print math.cos, which is the cosine of the value. We print also math.tan, which is a tangent, and then also math.log 10 with the value of 1000. And we're going to print also the maximum of the values inside this bracket right here, 133.55.798.3. We are going to print the maximum of these values and the minimum of these values, including the import math and math pi, you know, just to both. So I get my file down here again, and I enter, And now we shall see all the results. Okay, so let's go one at a time. The first value is for the pi. You remember Imp.Math, math pi. The second value is for the cos of pi, which is a minus 1.0. We saw it before. Then we have the absolute of minus 9.8, which is going to be 9.8. The negative is removed when you print the absolute which is here at line 26. And then after that we have the print mass exponent. The exponent is 2.71828, etc. And then we have the tangent of the value, which is here 0.540302, blah blah blah. I hope you can see right. Then we have printed also the log, which is 1.557. We have printed the maximum of the values inside the brackets. The maximum, of course, is 98.3. And we have printed also the minimum. As you can see here, the minimum of these values, and the minimum is 1.33. So we have everything printed at the same time. This is what we call trigonometry. Okay, let's move on. Now we want to print some, rounding down and rounding up, which is called here in Python print, math.sale, like this. I write it like this. And we need to insert a value. Let's put, for instance, minus. Let's put a minus 43.5, for instance. We want to print this one. And then this one is going to be, let me put the second one first so we can see. Now all I have to do down here is enter, and now we're going to see. So as you can see, the first one, the mass.sale, as I told you, is rounding down. So it's going to give us minus 43. And the mass.floor is going to round up. So it's going to give us minus 44. This is what it does. So as you can see, I added the comment here. And now this is import random. This is when you want to, to create a random range. So like between 150 and 563, for instance, we're going to print that one too. And then here I have another example of x equal 1 until 9, and we want to print a random choice. So it means the output is going to give us just one of these inside the square brackets. And each time we print, of course, it's going to be a different one. All right, now let's print it. Okay, now for the import random, the numbers they have chosen between 150 and 563 is going to be 551. And for the print random choice, they did choose the number 6. If we print it again, it's going to be different. Let's test it. I'm going to do that again. We're going to see that right now. As you can see, we have, again, different random numbers, as you can see. Now we have 273, which the system did choose between these two numbers here, the 150 and 563, the random round range. And for the random choice, this time it's 9 and not 6 anymore. So this is very helpful to know. Okay, we're good with import mass and import random. Let me comment all this so we can move on. Now that we know how to import mass and random, we want to learn how to import an existing file. Let's say you have a text file inside of here and you want to see it here in your Python work. The command is also going to be called import, except it's going to be import OS. This is import OS, and then we want to open the file. So we go to the next line and we write file, and then we get open, here, and this is where we have to insert the path of the file. So, and it has to be in parentheses, like right here. So me, I already have a test file somewhere here in my gallery. Let me go and get it because I need the path. It's right here. It's called testfile.txt. And when I right click, I can get to copy the path. So this is how you do it, and you get the path inside the parentheses. So you stick it in here. The thing is that we have to change the directions of the slashes, which is very important. So right after you have inserted your path and you have corrected the direction of the slashes, you get a comma, and in quotation mark, you have to get a R inside, which stands for reading. So Python is going to read your file and display the lines of what you have inside. Me, I have only one Bible quote line inside, so we're going to see that. And then all you have to do is to print file.read and then file close. So now when I get my file in the terminal, let me get the name of my file so I don't have to type it all the time. So now when we enter here, this is the line of my my text, this one which I did show you before, the test file dot txt, which is standing here. Here is the extension testfile.txt. This is what is inside my file. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness. All right. So now that we know how to open an external file in Python, yes, now we want to import again and open the file to write in it. So you do the same as above, just to open your file and get it displayed. But this time at the end, as you can see, you get a comma and then a W instead of R, and the W stands for write. And then after that, next line, file.write, and here you just get a sentence. And if you want another sentence, you add another line of file.write. This is what I did. I typed this twice and then file.close. Now we're going to do the same and just go get my file down here. So all we have to do now is enter. Okay, he restores my soul, he leads me in the path of righteousness. That was for the first one. Now if we don't see nothing, all we have to do is to go check if it worked. Now we go back to this file, which is called testfile.txt, and see if we have added the new content, which is here. God bless you, my friend, in Yeshua's name, amen. This is exactly what we wrote, meaning the first line got just replaced by the new line. Okay, let's go back to where we were. It's right here, as you can see. God bless you, my friend watching. This is the line we just inserted. But let's say you want to create a brand new file. How are you going to do it? Well, basically you do exactly the same as above here. You see when we wanted to edit the existing file. Now it's almost the same, but of course the only thing you have to do is to change the file name, or else you're going to have problem. So because I already have a test file .txt, this one I'm gonna just rename it because the path is already inserted and everything. I'm just gonna put test file 1. So we have a brand new file, and I have inserted new lines, like 2 lines. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then file close is the same thing as when you want to edit up here. I hope you remember, except you have to change the name. So this is how you create a brand new file. Okay, this one I have to I'm going to comment this one now so we can see our last input and above 2. And now I can just tick it and enter. And now if nothing happens, it means something good happened by by Python. When you don't hear nothing, you just have to go and take a look at just you know, the result. We said we created a new file called testfile1.txt. Let's see if it does exist, and it does exist indeed, as you can see here on the left pane. Now we have also the test file 1.txt, and we have our text right here, which we inserted in the new created file. So bless the Lord of my soul, blah blah. This is the one we just created. As you, I hope you could learn something. So let me just show you again what we did. The greetings and the Imp.Math math .pi print math pi print math cos, absolute, exponent, cosine, the tangent, the log, and the max and the mean. We did see the cell and the floor, I mean dot cell and dot floor. And then we could see the random choice. I hope you remember all this. I'll just show you again in case you want to copy. And of course, you can always, you know, send me a message if you want to know anything or for any comment. And then we saw how to open an existing file. We saw how to edit the existing file, and we saw also how to create a new file. There is also the possibility, of course, to delete your file, but I can just show you the comment, but I'm not going to do it because I want to keep my stuff. This is how you can, you know, remove the file. Import.os, if os path exists, you get your the path of the file you want to delete inside, and you got to do an os.remove, else print there is no file with this name. But I'm not going to do it. I want to keep my things that I said, but this is pretty much how it looks like. Let me just highlight it for you. So don't forget that there is an equal open. I'm not sure if you see right with this sim, but I like the color of the sim. This one is beautiful. But I just hope you can see right. Good with the Python part. Now I just want to jump on the Linux part. Okay, this is, as I told you, the program called Billiard.org, because my laptop is back on track. I hope it's gonna remain like this until I get a new one. Well, anyways, we have to start all over again because last time, as you remember, I had to do it on my cell phone, and I cannot import whatever I typed on my cell phone right now in this program, so it's going to be fast. So this part is going to be okay. Let's create just some random directories. mkdir again, it's going to be mkdir. Let's make a dir1. Put it like this: dir1, dir2, dir3. We create like this first, so it's created. When we do ls, we can see we have dir1, dir2, dir3. Now let's create again some mkdir subdir. It's -p. Let's dir1 slash subdir1 like this. Double check always. And now let's just go take a look at the dir1. If we have subdir1 is here, so we can also create one for the dir2 and dir3, but I'm just gonna stay right here. That's enough. Let's create also a, what can we do? We're gonna create also a link. We did it last time, so ln-s and linking link one like this. So if we ls, we're gonna see that we have link one in the directory number 1. Okay, here we can also create let's create a file here in the dir1.2. We're going to touch 3 file, file 1 like this, sorry, file 1, let's get a .txt, and file 1 .sh, and file 1 .log. We can create 3 at the same time with the command touch. So we have that, and we take a look, and they are created. Let's get some content. Let's say in 2 files, we're gonna echo This time you see we can go and get some text somewhere. Okay, let's switch on Word and we do an equal rand like this. Enter, and we have some text. Let's get like let's put 2 lines. We get that, we copy, Control C, and we go back to the browser. And here we can just control, we can just paste like this. And we have the sentence right here, and then we close with a quotation. And in order to insert it in the file, we have to get a more sign, a more than sign, and we want to get that in the file. Put in some space, file1.sh for instance, and then we can let's clear a little bit to go back so you can see how to clear. And we are still only in the directory 1. If we want to go back to the main directory, we have to do a cd dot like this, and then we ls, and this is where we started. But right now we are focused on the directory 1, so we go back to cd dir1 inside, and we ls to see what is inside, and this is what we got inside. Now because we did echo something in the file1.sh, we're going to take a look at it after. Let's put also something in the file 1.log, for instance. We're going to put some math, so it's going to be echo again, and then quotations, and this time for the mathematic, let's put a random number like 1 to 9. We're going to get a plus 3, 6, 9, 8, for instance, and let's multiply also with 1, 2, 7, for instance. So after we have done that, we need the quotation, and then we need this this pipeline. You see, we're gonna make a space, and we need to insert the BC, and after that we want to get that in we said file1.log. I'm gonna get that here inside. Let's see if it works. Enter. Looks good. So now we go take a look at what we have inside. Let's cat. This is what we call cat the file 1.sh, where we inserted the text first, so we can see what we have. Video provides a powerful way, blah blah, the random text. And now we want to cat also the file1.log to see. And now we have the result of our calculation. You remember what we typed? This is the result is in that file. This is how you get the content in files, with touch and no, with echo. Touch is to create the files, and echo is to insert the content. Now let's go back to the main directory. So let's ls. Let's go back to the top by clear, and we ls here. So here we already have a bunch of things in the directory 1. I hope you remember. Now we want to create some files here so that we can practice the copy, renaming, and the moving files, and then we can create a sort one. Okay, let's touch file 2.sh and file 2.txt, almost the same like in the directory 1, 2.log, like this. And if we ls, they are all here, and we want to move some in the directory 1, but first I'm going to copy them in the directory 3. So we want to copy renaming. So we have now these files. Let's CP is standing for copy. We want copy the file 2.txt, for instance, the first one, and we want where do we want to put it? We want to put it in the directory 3 as file 3.txt. So what we got to do is dir I hope it's gonna work. D3 and then slash file 3.txt, meaning that we take this file 2 we just created .txt and we get it in the directory number 3 as file 3.txt. So we enter. It looks like it worked. Now, in order to see if it worked, we go to directory 3 because there was nothing inside. You remember we just created these directories. And now we go in dir 3 just to take a look. And we take a look and we see that we have a file 3.txt created inside, which is actually the copy of file 2.txt we just performed. Now let's go also, let's go back to the main and go take a look at the directory number 2 just to make sure you see that there was nothing inside again. We ls, there is nothing in the dir 2. So now we want to move the file 2.txt in the directory 2. Okay, mv dot slash and it's file 2. Where is it? Yes, it's file 2.txt and then dot slash again, and we want to move it in dir 2, and that's it. So we enter, and now we can, if we ls, we're going to see that the file txt, the file 2.txt just disappeared from the main directory. Let's check. And as you can see, we only have the file 2.log, the file 2.sh. We don't have the file 2.txt. Why? Because we just moved it in the directory 2, which was empty before. So we go back to the cd dir 2 and we ls, and we're going to see our stuff. And now you can see that in dir 2 we have the file 2.txt. Okay, let's go back to the main directory and move the other two too. Okay, I gotta go back up, so I'm gonna clear here and go back to the top and see. From here we can move again. Let me see if we can move 2 at the same time. We still have here the .sh and the file 2.log. I'm just gonna try it like this. Oh, I forgot something, which is so important, the dot and the slash. So file 2.sh and file 2.log, and then dot slash again, and we want all that in dir 2. Let's see. And now if I ls here in the main directory again, you will see that these two are disappeared. They disappeared. So we ls, you see they are no more here. They were here before. Now they are no more here. Why? Because we just moved them in the dir 2. So we go inside the dir 2 this way again, and we ls, and here we have all the files we just moved together. So we copied one file in the dir 3. Let's go back there so you can see. First we go back to the main one and we go to cd dir 3. We only have one there. If we ls, we only have the file 3.txt, which we copied by renaming. Okay, right now we are just going to sort. So go back, we go back to the main directory again. So everything is pretty well done right now. It's clean. We have some contents in the 3 directories. Okay, what we're going to do now is a simple creation of, let's call it a sort file. Huh? We gotta touch the sort file .sh again, huh? And we ls. So now we can see that we have a sort file .sh. We didn't have it before, and here inside we can just echo something like some words. Let's put Zulu. Enter victory, for instance, and Xena. I met Alpha. I met Coca-Cola. I like Coca-Cola. And what can we put? Thanks. Joy. That's enough. Let's get now you know, the double quotation, and we're going to insert that all in the sort file .sh we said. Let's see now. Let me go back to the top, ls again. Let's see all these words in our sort file, sort file .sh. We have some content now, and we have Zulu, Victory, Xena, Alpha, Coca-Cola, Thanks, Joy, and now we want to sort these words. So all we have to do is sort, sort file .sh. This is how you sort, and now we have it in alphabetic order. Alpha, Coca-Cola, Joy. It looks different. All right. So right now we're going to stop for today. We have done enough. Remember last time we saw the if config, but we cannot see all this stuff right here. We can maybe see you see the pwd, but we saw the read command. It doesn't work here. The if config, I'm not sure if it's working here. Let me do it again. Yes, it's working here. The free, it's working also here, but some stuff like a NeoFetch, you cannot even install them here. So NeoFetch, they don't know what it is. And here you cannot do the apt install like in VSL. It doesn't work. It's going to tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. Let's try to install RAID. It doesn't work here. But it works on the cell phone. So let's go back to the cell phone so I can show you 2 more commands. I'm going to just show you by pictures. So as you could see, the SL gives you a train, the C matrix gives you a beautiful, strange matrix design. The rig gives you a random address of somebody, just in case you want to change the identity and you don't know what name you should. That's a good one to know. And the fortune gives you jokes or things, you know, just that's cool. And the NeoFetch gives you some informations about your app, you know. It's just good to know, which I myself saw by other people's tutorials. And the most important is to know how to type some commands on Linux. And as I said, if God's willing, the rest is coming next, and I hope I will still have this laptop or a new one. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.